Hello, friends. I am back today with my review on a property which I fondly call Heaven on Earth. Look at the magnificent, beautiful, master layout on your screen. Such huge, spacious parks, right? With a central garden, man-made pond, sports facilities, name it, you have it all. uh, and this is by Birla Trimaya Devanahalli. If you watch all my earlier 24 videos that I have made so far, I have never started any video appreciating a property. I have been quite cynical and often taken a critical view because I wanted to represent the buyer's interest. Now, Birla is a huge company, huge brand. This is quite opposite to Tata's 133 acres land. Initially, it was 200 acres, but MS Ramaya's sons, they took it back 54 acres. Looks like they took that 54 acres and gave it to Birla Trimaya. So, this is the property. I would rank this 10 times above Tata's property of 133 acres. By far, too good, too good. However, there are certain conditions which you need to be cognizant about. You need to negotiate with the promoter to get them addressed. Okay, I'll cover all of them. And I'll also give you some secret insider information which I have, which is subject to verification. What I got to know, I'm going to share with you. And if I am getting a chance, I will definitely look forward to booking it. But unfortunately, all the properties are sold out. So the one, let me just bring the pointer here. Here. So this part till here is phase one. Till here it is phase two. Till here it is phase 3. So I have the one that now I am talking about is phase 4, which they have called it 1D. So 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D. The 1D RERA has been approved. Currently, they are collecting UI. The biggest problem with this mischievous sales strategy is that they collect the UI, they call you, and they don't even give you 2 to 3 hours for allotment, right? You have to make a decision with on the spot. So you have to do a lot of verifications, that is lot of due diligence you have to do, and that is where my video will be helpful to some reasonable extent, I am hoping so. And this is the one. And the saddest part here is that, I would not say saddest part, I'm sorry, I should not have used that word. These two, this is the most premium unit here, these two, because this gives you wide view to the central garden, etc. These are 4 bedroom, very spacious, about 2000 SFT, and expensive too, quite expensive too. So let me now go to just quickly explain why should you subscribe to my channel. You would find so many channels promoting various real estate products, but I do not represent any builder's lobby, any particular builder promoter. All my videos are made purely with buyers' interests as pivotal. Okay, I'm not doing this for commercial or ad revenue. In fact, there is another channel which I have run, and I have realized I have more than 30,000 likes, etc. But I have never updated even my bank account, etc. I have not got even a single rupee from YouTube. Uh, Even this one, I am not doing it for ad revenues or commercial revenue. So it will be unprejudiced, unbiased view. I will provide deeper insights like none other. Everybody else is going to taking you to the model house and showing, but model house is based on how much interior, how much you spend on interiors. I mean, if you find a builder who is trying to show you a model house to sell you, please do not go for it. A model house should give you look and feel. It should not have these interiors, dining table, sofa, etc. What is it trying to do? I mean, I don't like that kind of selling. It can have plain walls to give you a bit of space, understanding of how much space it is or how much the balconies, etc. But still, it is not a true representation. It can give you a good feel. Uh, that's all I would say. Next is I do a broader coverage, finance, architecture, legal. I cover all these aspects like nobody else. Okay, I even go to the balance sheet, profit and loss of the builder, try to get, understand the mindset of the builder. So, just to give you an example, Saupernika is a reputed builder, but they have invested only 1 lakh as share capital. So, I wonder why such a builder like Ramji Subramaniam has just invested 1 lakh and is able to run 600, 700 crores of projects. Same is with the RLP Trend Squares, who is running this Ramson's Aquino World of Gardens, just 1 lakh share capital. So I go there and try to understand whether this builder can be believed. If he himself is not believing in his company and depositing at least 10% of the project cost as share capital, why should we go and invest our hard-earned money? So like this, I give a broader coverage. And as you know, many builders, for example, Arat Alchemy, 1 acre, they have built 173 flats. MJR North for 2 acres, 350 flats. Prestige somewhere in Hyderabad, they are in 30 acres, they are building 4,400 flats. So they're choking with higher density. So it is very important that we provide, sufficient space for our children and for the future generation. So minimum, I am expecting that we should target for 40% UDS. If we don't get 40%, at least 33, 34 is bare minimum that we should have. But these days, builders are giving just 18, 17, 18% UDS because the city is growing vertical these days. That is a very dangerous phenomenon. Right. So, and however, our internal infrastructure, roads and all are not wide enough to bear the load of such a huge population. One of the real estate expert was telling me that there is going to be additional 35% growth in population in the next 5 to 8 years in Bangalore. That's huge, right? That's quite huge. So we need to ensure that we are fighting for sufficient space for our children and the future generation. Finally, one simple question is that if you do not support me, then who will? I need my subscriber count to increase at least to 5,000 to 10,000 so that the builders take it to cognizance and they provide me an interview. Right? I have a lot of questions to ask this builder on behalf of you. So kindly subscribe, share my video channel in your societies, friend circles, office colleagues, etc., so that there is wider reach and I help you, take, get better insights into these projects. Legal disclaimer. So all my videos that I have made are more for informational and educational purposes. Okay, kindly get the verification of land title and ownership. Do get a legal scrutiny by a qualified advocate, technical and structural value evaluation by certified professionals, etc. Kindly go through all of these phases. Okay, now this is the phase 4, which they are calling phase 1D or phase 4. The earlier three phases are phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, which I explained you in the very title slide of it. Okay, so the earliest of approval was received in 2023. So far, they have put only two small building structures over the last 3 years. The pace at which it is growing is quite slow. So that is bit unnerving me. By now, they should have completed phase 1, phase 2, right? It is substantially 3 years are over. I will share in a separate video or I'll give you a link description to the picture. As of Feb first week, we are in Feb first week of 2026. Okay, all that they have is just two towers. Okay, I mean, I was quite surprised. How can be construction be so less in the period of 3 years? So stay guarded here. Okay, and the second thing is here they are asking for almost 6 years to complete this, December 2031. Plus, again, they are entitled to for a 6 months grace period. They are asking 6.5 years to do this phase 4, which for a reputed builder like Birla is completely obnoxious, completely misfits what their credibility is. So this is one thing which I completely disagree, and I this is another reason, one reason that I would say you should not buy this one. But rest of it, as I call it, it's a heaven on earth. Why do they need 6 years to build a small phase 4 with just two towers of the building? Something is completely wrong in this one. There is another thing which I wanted to tell you. Maybe I missed in the earlier slide. No, okay. Let me go here. I'll tell you that it was there in one of the joint agreement of their partnership with MS Ramaya. So let me give you, this is not 45 acre, so there is some confusion. Let me just change that. Schedule A is most pivotal in the sale deed, which calls it as a 52 acres, but the net land parcel is 39 acres. Okay, and again, I call it as a paradise, a 39-acre paradise. Now, how this 52 becomes 39, I have explained it in the slide later. Now, interestingly, having said that, okay, I went to phase one on the RERA. I did this, I got these numbers from phase one, phase two, phase three, phase four of RERA. These are the total number of units in each phases: 544, 473, 463, 548. We are talking about phase four now. In total, there is 2028. If you add up the land parcel as per the RERA, you get a different number called 45 here. So here you have the 52 in their Schedule A agreement, but after all the relinquishment, if you see, it would be 39. But if you add up the RERA, it is 45. So where did the 7 acres go? I mean, I will explain it to you later in the last few slides in the legal segments. Here is the total land parcel by each phase, total super built up area, and UDS is of various phases. Now look at it. Phase 2 has higher UDS. Do not think that you will get such UDS. Your UDS will be on the total 52 acres of land parcel. So this particular number, please ignore this one. Why? What happened is that when they took the phase two approval, they clubbed all those open spaces into the phase two and they got the approval. But the UDS for all the phase one, phase two, phase three, phase four will be in the total land parcel of 52 acres, which is what is written. But ideally, they should not give in 52 acres because they have relinquished 10 acres for open public parks. So this is another. 2023, when they budgeted it, they estimated the cost to be 4,849 per square feet. Subsequently, it has been growing. Phase 2, phase 3 is roughly around the same range. Phase 4 is 6,048 per square feet. This is the cost to the builder, per SFT cost to the builder. Having said that, let me move forward. I always take you to the balance sheet and the profit and loss. Look at this. The revenue for March is zero. Revenue for 2024 is zero, 2025 is zero. This was bit annoying. I mean, how can it have only one zero revenue? They should have some revenue, right? Now, what happens is that on long-term projects which will take into multiple years, there are certain accounting standards which doesn't let you recognize your revenue because the construction is is not completed. It is not even delivered. However, it will let you recognize percentage based on the percentage of completion. But Birla has taken a prudential view not to recognize the revenue until it is 75-80% completed, which is a good principle. But at the same time, from an optics perspective, you see, there is only 5 lakh revenue, that too other income, not from their operations. However, based on the accounting principle, they have to recognize the depreciation and amortization, the book depreciation, other expenses, etc. That is the reason why they are ending up in this particular loss. So totally it is 20 crores loss as of 2025. I have clear, I mean, they will continue this track up till 2028. I am not sure if by before 2028 if they will ever complete any particular phases. So it will easily take 3 to 4 years from now at the pace with which they are going. Okay. And now one more tricky part which I wanted to highlight is in their agreement, they have mentioned that Birla Arna is a subsidiary, it's a joint venture between MS Ramaya's children and the Birla, the Aditya Birla. Okay. And Birla Arna has mentioned that they have the right to take a loan from Birla Estates, the parent company of Birla, at 15% per annum. Now, this is what I wanted to ask. Why would a builder, why such a biased condition here? Why don't you go outside in the market and try to get some borrow funds if you require at a lower rate of interest? So this is a kind of nexus which should not be encouraged. Birla should avoid making such conditions in the document. Rather, they should go at an effective cost of borrowing from the open market. Now, to the balance sheet, as you can see, even the partners' capital is in negative. So this is strange. Why would they spoil their optics? A reputed builder like Birla, So because of the loss of 20 crores, initially they had 49 invested 49 lakhs. This 49 lakhs too is a joint what you call a partnership, as I said, between MS Ramaya and Birla. So there's a joint contribution of 53% and 47%. So that is where it is, and the losses are because they have not recognized the revenue. At the same time, they are saying that they have inventories of 210 crores. 210 crores of inventories. If you have inventories, then why did you not sell it? So inventories are not moving. These are not, of course, not raw materials. They would not buy cement bags of 210 crores and keep it in the open air. So somewhere this accounting, do not, does not reflect the best picture, or we are unable to make the best of interpretation here. Look at the long-term loans. They have taken 44 crores. This is reasonable. It's not a huge amount. Inventories is 210 crores. From a balance sheet perspective, it is okay. But they should have invested more share capital, which they have not done. So this is an unfortunate thing. RERA should come up with some, policy or guideline that builders should at least invest 10% of the total project cost as share capital. That will increase our buyers' confidence in the builders. Now location, it is 10 kilometers from airport near Shettigeri. So you have Tata Varnam opposite to this one, and to the Sadahalli road, which is the Hebbal Kempegowda airport. It is just 3 kilometers, but there is a narrow underpass, right? There is a narrow underpass, a railway track going in. It is a choking point. Even after that, there is a choking point. During the peak hours, you will spend nothing less than 25 to 30 minutes to just cross 1 kilometer of distance. So this is not Birla's fault, but once the CDP road comes, once the flyover comes, it will easily take 8 to 10 years from now. We cannot trust any government here. But until then, it is a choke point. Please visit that place, then you will know. Again, it is 10 kilometers from the KIADB, where you have at least 5,000 to 6,000 different companies. So it's strategically in a good location, right? Architecture. This is not the complete phase. This is just one picture I got from their brochures. As I said, phase 4 has 548 units in 7 acres. The cost is 6,048 per cost to the builder. Okay, the entire picture is going to be a lot more beautiful, but frequently you will have these planes flying in the sky because it is close to airport. So there is a noise pollution, definitely. And people with in IT community and others also who are frequently into calls, this is a disruption to the calls. So we need to be cognizant about that particular aspect. I have already shared this. This is taken from the RERA. All of this I have already explained to you. You are getting 29% UDS. As I said, heaven on earth. So this is a beautiful. It's like the necklace a lady wears. So a beautiful necklace with a nice pendant. That is how I see it. It's a my dream project. I would say if I get it. This is the phase 4, which I explained to you. Northeast this side. So some of these flowers will be east facing. These ones towards the pond will be west facing. So that's how the construct is. These are the typical floor plans that you have here. They have 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK with 3 toilets, 3 BHK, 3 toilets plus study room is there. Um, and then there is 4 BHK, 4 toilets, study room, made typical floor plan, 2,551 square feet is also there. So this is the one. Commercials. Now this is one aspect which again I did not like in Birla. For one bedroom, they are asking 1 lakh UI. Two bedroom they ask 2 lakhs, three bedroom 3 lakhs, four bedroom 4 lakhs. They are collecting it, and there is no clarity. I will tell you, there is no clarity in case if you do not select an apartment, when will they return that money? I recently booked to Godrej and I had to cancel it because of unfavorable conditions, and then subsequently they are saying it will take 90 days for them to return that 1 lakh. These reputed builders, you can't do anything against them. I myself am a lawyer. but still fighting for a 1 lakh case and all, it's a huge headache. So please ensure that they clearly do not get into the pressure that they put you on EOI. They will call you on EOI. You have just 10-15 minutes. Lot of people will be there. Everybody will start booking flats. Then you will lose the choice of flat. This is a clear sales strategy. Unfortunately, there cannot be a law which can prevent such kind of sales, right? I mean, that's their business. So this is approximate cost that is coming 11,500 per SFT. 15 to 20 lakhs is the additional amenities cost that I am told. EOI is planned end of February or early March. One thing that I got to know from an insider information from a key personnel there is that the payment plan is going to be favorable. It will be 20%, 20%, 20% into 5 years, spread across 5 years. Or there can be an EMI holiday scheme. So they are working on that particular one. When they work something like this, definitely the price is going to be on the higher side. Do not fall into this trap. Same that Saupernika did. That property 4 kilometers from Hoskote should have costed you 6,000 to 6,500 per SFT, but they were charging 8,200 because they gave you a plan where you just have to pay 10% and then 90% during the possession. But they will load all this interest into the per SFT price. So I am suspecting, even though they are giving from optics perspective a favorable payment term, right? But they are going to carry out this mischief where they are going to jack up the price, right? This is tentative pricing. We do not know. Let's see what they come up with and what are the discounts that they will provide. Birla being Birla, I'm not sure whether they would give any discount. Legal aspects. So, as I said earlier, 52 acres of gross land parcel. The agreement clearly says that they have relinquished 10.42 acres for open parks. Now, these open parks are in between all these phases, right? So, and towards the corner also they have this open park. So, this open park, as per RERA, also this is for general public. So, tomorrow the general public comes in, so you cannot say no to them. So, this has to be relinquished. That's how the RERA has been framed by the Karnataka government. 2.58 acres has been relinquished for civic amenities. So net you are getting is somewhere around 39 acres of net land parcel. These are the two sections which clearly calls this out. Okay. None of these details, any of the sales executives will not give any of these informations. Okay. Now these are very, very unfavorable clause. Trimaya reserves the right to add or remove towers as per their discretion. I mean, they would not do it, but ideally they should not put. They will say that this is a standard agreement. This is a standard agreement. No, it's not standard agreement. For every phase, you are having an architect who does all the designing, etc. Right? You will have to go for a separate RERA. Then why don't you pay some 25,000 and make sure that the agreement are cleaned and fine tuned? This condition was not required here. Then subsequently, check bounce charges are very exorbitant. And this is a section, please don't buy the property until they remove this clause. Unfortunately, we are put into a competition, a rat race on the day of AOI allotment, and we try to buy it. No sale can be fluid. Here it again says that the builder reserves the FSI, TDR, FAR rights. No, this is not good. If they give the UDS to us, then it belongs to the Association of Purchasers' entire land parcel. No builder should reserve the right. Somebody should file a public interest litigation. I should have done that, but unfortunately, I am not practicing law now, and I will not have much time to do that. But definitely, I look forward for somebody challenging these obnoxious clauses. That's all I have for you. So try to reserve a place on this heaven on earth, provided they get those conditions sorted. Thank you very much. As you know, friends, once again, I appeal you, please share these video blogs in your community, social circle, etc. And do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.